Hello, and welcome to the online lab for Anatomy and Physiology 1. You have signed up for a pretty challenging laboratory experience, but if you put in the time and the effort and you have a little motivation, you can definitely find success. This video is going to just walk you through how to approach the online course in order to learn the material and skills you need to earn the credits that you want to. All right, so first and foremost, when you log into Canvas, this is the screen it should have brought you to for this course. Please note, this is what we call the navigation menu over here on the left. And then you have some quick buttons right here. And then over on the right, you should be able to see upcoming assignments. And you can change your view by looking at course stream, course calendar, or course notifications. So definitely explore some of those options to find out what works best for you. One thing that you're going to need to do right away is click on that Start Here button, which will begin your lab journey in the Welcome to Your Journey module. You will need to read each page and click through each page in order for the rest of the course to open up. There is a lot of important information for you in this Welcome to Your Journey module, so please do find the time to go through it and read it carefully. You'll click Next on the bottom of each page to move through the module. These are some of the items that you're going to be able to view and read about in that Welcome to Your Journey module here. You can see it's going to provide you with a copy of your syllabus. Very important to read that. It's going to include your grade policies, your late work and makeup work policies. It's going to include the course learning outcomes. It's going to include information on how to connect with Canvas should you be out of the country. It's going to provide all of the course policies that might impact you. So definitely read through that before the end of the first week so you can make a decision about whether this is the right course for you. Then you're going to find a link to your schedule of activities. All of your assignments and due dates are on this document. It's going to look something like this. You need to go to this document. You need to save it to your computer. You should probably print it out and put it someplace where you can look at it every day. But most importantly, you want to put into your calendar all of these due dates, especially your practical exams. There are no makeups or extensions for practical exams because they are windowed, so you have several days to do them. So please make sure you don't schedule medical appointments or travel that might impact and prevent you from being able to take those exams. You also will find back on this page, there is a quick button to announcements. Those announcements button will take you to this page. This is a great place to check before you email or reach out to your instructor. Go to the announcements page and make sure they haven't already posted an answer to your question. Any changes to due dates would be posted here, reminders about important upcoming exams, for example, or how to do something in Canvas, your instructor will post here. From that home page, you can also click right to the modules. You can click for help and resources. This covers all of the resources that the college offers you, of which there are many that will help you succeed. So don't hesitate to reach out and find the help that you need. So this is just what your typical syllabus might look like. You can access that by clicking on the Simple Syllabus link here in the navigation menu. Also, in the first week of your course, as part of the Welcome to Your Lab Journey module, there are attendance verification requirements that you must complete or you will be dropped or withdrawn from the course for non-attendance. So be sure that you get these done within the first 3 days of the course. They don't take a lot of time, but they are absolutely mandatory. You will also need to go through Module 0, which will help you understand how to access and use Visible Body. If you want to download it to your computer, there are directions there, and for downloading it to your phone. Those are different things and require different steps. So make sure you read through the material that explains how to do that so you can use this platform in a way that works best for you. And then you're ready to start learning anatomy and physiology. And you're going to do that in Module 1. So in each module, there is at least one lab activity. So Module 1 is Introduction to the Anatomy and Physiology Lab and will include things like medical terminology, planes of section, body cavities, and body systems. To learn this material, you are going to do your required reading in Visible Body. When you click on that link, it will take you to the table of contents in Visible Body where you can access the introductory modules to read. They are very short and very quick and very important. So you want to make sure you go through those. And then you're ready to begin Lab 1, which is a virtual lab. And when you click on that lab, it will bring you to the page for the lab where you will be provided with an introduction and background information. And then it will give you step by step how to complete the lab in order to learn the material that you'll be assessed on the practical exam. So you'll see right at the beginning, it'll give you the resources that you need to complete your lab manual. So it might include a PowerPoint, your visible body modules. Even your lecture textbook is often a required resource because it has great information for you. And then because you're online, as you scroll through your lab activity, you will find that there are lots of short videos for you to watch in order to learn what you need to know to complete your lab manual. And you may even discover quick little questions to just make sure that you're catching on to the content that you're being introduced to, and so you'll be able to complete those and get feedback on your answers. And when you're done with the lab activity, then you'll complete your post-lab activity, which is in Canvas. It is designed for you to use your completed lab manual. So you should do really well on these post-lab activities. I would recommend that you try to do them first without using your lab manual to see what you actually know. And then in your second or third attempt, you can correct any mistakes using your lab manual in order to earn the highest grade possible. After you've completed let me just pop up here for a second. After you've completed your lab activity, you then want to make sure that you complete any assigned visible body quizzes. You do get more than one attempt there. And again, they are open book. So these are the kinds of assignments that you should be getting the highest possible grades on in order to boost your overall grade. If you choose not to do these, they will pull down on your grade. Or if you don't use the multiple attempts offered to get the highest grade and to learn the most, that may impact your course grade and also how you perform on the practical exam. Now, once you're ready to take a practical exam, so you've completed, for example, the first 3 labs, you'll then take practical 1. There is a module that gives you everything you need for practical 1. So you can see there is an exam overview and study guide. So if you click right here, it's going to pop up this overview and a to-do list to get ready. And then there's also going to be a study guide for you to make sure you're confident that you know what you need to study to get ready for this exam. Then there is a required practice practical. This is a PowerPoint that you will download and follow the directions, and it will be a great way for you to determine if you know what you need to know and if you're ready to take that practical exam. There's also a link to a Kahoot prepared for you by the IRSC tutoring centers. They offer lots of help. I encourage you to reach out to the tutoring centers and take advantage of everything they have to offer. But this Kahoot is a great way to prep for the exam. And then for the first practical exam, because you're an online class, you need to make sure that you're ready to take an honor locked test. So you'll need to download an extension and you'll need to check your computer that it is compliant with the requirements for honor lock and Canvas and the college. and that your internet is up to snuff in order to handle HonorLock and Canvas for testing. If you are not able or your computer is not compliant, you will need to, at least a week in advance, sign up with the library at the campus nearest you to use one of their computers. That is your only other option if you do not have a compliant computer and internet. Be sure that you read through the exam policies. They are going to be very important. If you violate any of those exam policies, that would lead to a 0 on your exam. And then, of course, the link to your practical exam will be found in this module. So just an example of what the practice practical looks like. It's a great way to self-assess. There is an example of the exam policies that you need to make sure you read through before taking your first practical. And now that you know all of this, I encourage you to explore your Canvas shell. Make sure you're confident about all of the items that are there to help you find success in the course and that you're able to navigate it quickly and easily. And then you're on your way to learning about cells, tissue types, the integumentary system, the skeleton, the muscular system, and the nervous system. I wish you all the best on your journey.